Okay, so we we have the camera back. I just have to set the properties now. So there we go. God, that was annoying. But all right, we're back. We are back. Welcome in everybody. Hello again, Redria. Thank you for the lurk also. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I'm sorry that we have to oh wait a minute. I've got so many. You had no sound at all. Okay, how about now? See, this is why you never update your programs, everybody. Because I updated OBS and now my iOS camera doesn't have any sound coming out, apparently. And I don't know why. What happens if I mute that? Well, we're gonna have to play around with that. So y'all are just gonna have to deal with y'all are gonna have to deal with doubled up music today because I think some of it's bleeding through the mic, but that's okay. Anyway, I think I was saying thank you to Redria for lurking, and I was saying hello to Bill and how apparently when you update programs, things just go wonky. Because apparently there's no sound coming from my iOS camera anymore, which is not the way it's supposed to be. So, I have some playing around to do. But the important thing is we've got what seems to be a stable internet connection, and that means that we can actually see what we're working on today without it being a pixelated mess. So, with all that being said, we should get started. So how's everybody doing today? Hope y'all are well. But thank you for talking me through that, Bill. Yeah, I always delay upgrading with a major release, especially holding out on this one because I've got lots of plugins and stuff. Looking forward to OBS 28 though, since I use Mac, and the new version was partly rewritten by Apple to run way better on modern Macs. Nice. That's fair. yeah, I'm usually pretty wary with updates too. But I thought maybe part of the reason why my streams were going so wonky before was because I had an outdated version of OBS. So I was hoping that maybe if I updated it, it would fix things, and it may or may not have. But it got rid of my iOS plugin. So, but hey, I just have some testing to do for the next art stream to make sure that I can actually get sound coming out of the iOS camera app. So, but I'm doing pretty well. This is another one of those streams where it's supposed to go to 8. I don't know if we will go to 8, just because, you know, life things, all positive things, but just life can get in the way. Certain responsibilities that you have as an adult can prevent you from doing everything that you want to do. So, but we're gonna at least go to 7:30. So. The important thing is that everything seems to be going good. So, all right. Also, as per usual, I I didn't open the reference image beforehand, so we're gonna do that. Although at this point, I don't really need the reference image anymore, because we basically got the basics down. Now it's just a matter of like light and shadow and stuff, and I can figure that out. But we're gonna bring up the reference image anyway, just for posterity's sake, because like, why not, right? Why not? Yes, life can be a pain in the ass, for sure. For sure. But that's all right. I would rather life be a pain in the ass than not have life at all, you know? I don't mind being on this side of the grass. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, like, I'm sure everybody saw the news that Queen Elizabeth II has died. It's so strange to think, you know. It's so strange to think that that she's gone. That's what I want to do. I need to cover up this, so we're gonna need a bigger brush because we're gonna redo this chair. So, but yeah, it's weird to think that that she's gone. 98 years though, or 96 years. That's whew. When I was a kid, I went to kindergarten at Victor Lauriston Elementary School, but then we moved. So I went to Queen Elizabeth II public school for the rest of my elementary school career. Like I was getting paid. Oh, thanks, Bill. I mean, she's not really my queen. I mean, it's kind of... It's one of those things where, like, she's on the money and stuff, but, like, it wasn't kind of a thing, like, we I can't speak for all Canadians, but I know for myself, like, it was never really like we see the UK as, like, a motherland or anything like that, or, like, you know, like, that we had a lot of reverence for. I mean, we had of course, there's, like, some respect there, right? Because as world leaders go... And I mean, it was more of a formality thing anyway. You could do much worse than Queen Elizabeth. But I wouldn't say that it was like a huge type of like reverential thing for a lot of us. Like we really don't have any ties to the Queen or the monarchy other than like she's on our money, right? And technically like there's some like legal stuff in terms of like government that technically involves the Queen, but yeah, it was just more of a thing where it's like it was just crazy that it happened, you know. It's sort of like Betty White, right? Where like you get so used to seeing a public figure that you start to get this idea in your head that they're like immortal, and obviously you know that they're not immortal, obviously. But you start thinking like, man, like, dang, they've been around forever. They're probably going to be around for forevermore, and then they're not, you know. Hey, Redrio, welcome back in. How are you? We're just talking about the Queen. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to be super invested in the whole thing, but I think that most Canadians I've known have a certain vague fondness for the Queen. Yeah, like, if not fondness, at least fascination. And most of the fascination just because, like, she's been around for so long, right? Like, she's been queen since, like, 1947. You know? But yeah, it's crazy to think about. I doubt any of them are watching it this time, but my condolences to her family, you know? Because I was watching the BBC feed, and obviously, like, the BBC, like, they weren't, like, overly reverential, I will say, at least the broadcast I was watching, in terms of, like, how do I put this delicately? Not reverential in terms of, like, you know, just heaping praise on her. What they did, and I appreciate this, and I wish we would do it more often, especially with, like, news broadcasts, is they made the announcement very, like, person-centered, in that they were saying, like, obviously, like, the country is in mourning, a lot of people around the world are in mourning, but we must remember that the Queen was not just a figurehead, she was not just a symbol or an icon. Queen Elizabeth Mountbatten Windsor, or was it Windsor Mountbatten, whichever order it was a person. You know, she was a person. She was a daughter. She was an aunt. She was a mother, grandmother, great grandmother, right? And there are a lot of people in that family right now who are going to be mourning her, and we need to keep them in mind, right? And I thought that was a good way to approach it. You know, because it's true. Like, we're all going to be well, not all of us, but a lot of people are going to be very interested in, like, what this means for, like, the royal family, and, like, what's this gonna, and it's like, it is, I guess, King Charles now? Is he gonna, like, give up the throne to William? You know, like, all that intrigue aside, and, like, when people die, like, things have to happen quickly. Like, there's a whole I think they named it, like, Operation London Bridge, like a whole, like, list of protocols when the Queen died, right? That they have to overtake. And that goes beyond just, like, royalty. Like, I remember when my mom died, like, things moved quick, and that I wasn't prepared for. Like, within, like, 2 days, they were like, all right, you need to get... Within a day, actually, we were starting to have conversations like, okay, well, we need to have a funeral. We need to, like, go pick out a coffin. We need to, like, get a site, you know? We need to start bundling up her debts and all that kind of stuff. Like, we got to get all that settled. And my mom hadn't even been dead for, like, a day and a half yet, right? And you have to have those conversations. So all of that aside, and then all the intrigue aside, like, we have to remember that this is a person, and people loved her within her family. Obviously, people loved her across the globe, but there were people who were close to her who loved her and are in mourning right now, and we need to respect that. And I appreciated the BBC taking that route with it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be very strange, sort of very public mourning. I know that the royals are mostly used to it, but this is a whole different level of it. Yep. I was just reading about the list of protocols again. It's really interesting. Hello, Legend of Beth. There is a chair. There was another one here, but we're actually going to bring it closer to the foreground. But how are you? Yeah, yeah, you're Lizzie. I was just saying how I appreciated because there can be like a kind of like knee-jerk reaction where we immediately start to lionize the people who have died, right? Whether they were good people or bad people. And I think at the end of the day, like, for all of her flaws and all of the wrong decisions that she's made throughout the course of her life, along with all the right decisions, you know, Queen Elizabeth II was, I think at the end of the day, she tried to do the best that she could. She tried to be the best person that she could. Sometimes for the best, sometimes for not for the best. And the broadcast I was watching did a good job of like making everyone aware that, you know, she's a person. She's a person, and we need to respect that she's a person, and the people who loved her are mourning now, you know, because that can sometimes get lost with, let's face it, celebrity deaths, you know, because it can get very bogged down with the intrigue of it, right? Oh, nice. I've been struggling, hence I've not been in the streams much, but I'm okay. Well, I'm sorry you've been struggling, but I'm certainly happy to see you. And you don't ever have to apologize for not being in the streams all that often. I mean, we all have our lives that we got to live, and we all are going through things, you know? It's it is all good. I appreciate that you're here, and I also appreciate that you want to be here when you can't be. You know, it means a lot to me. So, hey, Reezy. So Reezy's on a work lurk again. So she did a brilliant job. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of her reign as queen. Being Canadian, I don't know much about British history and all that. But it seems like she did a good job. Let me say hi to Reezy. Oops, because she is working right now with the audio off. I'm pretty sure. But in case her audio's not off, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Actually, I appreciate all y'all who are here at any time, but especially following all the jank that were the streams like for the past couple of weeks. Those streams were something else, I'll tell you. With my bitrate just dying and jumping all over the place, and couldn't figure out why. Oh yes, this is acrylic. What we're using as a palette now is a Disco Fever, which was a disco compilation. A disco compilation album. The thing is, I have a lot of these songs on other records already, so it was no problem just to use this one for these purposes, you know. Twitch has been really funny lately. Mine's been the same. Yeah, for me, thank you. For me, I think it was more my service provider. For some reason, because I used to stream over Wi-Fi, and that was fine, and then all of a sudden it decided it wasn't fine anymore. So now I've got a wired connection, but... Hello, Bristletown. This picture looks interesting. I like the light right next to the dark. Thank you. That's kind of my thing. I like doing that in a lot of my pictures, like really contrasting light and dark. Right now, what we're doing is we are covering up a mistake, which is I painted this chair, this second chair, way into the background, and I didn't want it way in the background. I wanted it more in the doorway. So we're just covering that up, and then we're going to try again. Because maybe Bob Ross has happy little accidents. I have mistakes. And sometimes they're big-ass mistakes. But you can always fix mistakes. All these mistakes that I make are fixable. So that's what we're doing. But yes, this is acrylic. It's kind of cool that Twitch lets you put tags, like your own tags in now, because now I can put that it's acrylic in the tags. My OBS wouldn't work last week because I didn't have because I didn't have my laptop plugged into charge. It's very on and off. Yeah. Hey, L. Thank you for the raid. Let's give a shout out to L. Today was your sketch day, right? How was your stream? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, Jex. Hello, lazy artists. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Hello, Rain. How's it going? Let me go back up here and... No, you do not. No mistakes here. Oh, no. There's mistakes. But that's all right. Mistake isn't a bad word. Redria, that's how I like treating my plant care. It's almost never too late to adjust and fix mistakes. Exactly. No mistakes, points of learning. Yeah, I mean, for me, I treat them as one and the same. Yes, Packed Q didn't even get to everyone's request. Ah, well, that's too bad that you couldn't get to everyone's, but it's also exciting that you had a Packed Q. That's pretty neat. You're not constipated, so it's going well. Hey, Nat, how's it going? Welcome in, everybody. You may notice that the sound might be doubled up, and that's because I started the stream, and then I had to stop stream because I updated OBS, and it decided to just destroy my iOS camera plugin. So I had to reinstall that, and the camera's working, but for some reason there's no audio coming out of the mic, which Bill the Bear told me about earlier. So I have my desktop audio going and my mic for my laptop going. So hopefully everybody can hear me all right, and hopefully the audio is not too echoey. Yeah, so doing great. Had a Chick-fil-A for dinner and just got home. Ooh, nice. I've never had Chick-fil-A because they don't have them in Canada. But I hear that there's a big argument between whether their chicken sandwiches are better or Popeyes. I've had the Popeyes one, and I mean that would be tough to top. Yeah, I would have to update get an update for that plugin. Yeah, so reason I haven't updated to the new OBS patch because I didn't want to bother updating all my plugins. That's fair. Oh, you've never had Popeyes? Ah, well, fair. I remember I had Popeyes. The first time I had Popeyes, I was like, well, I really have no reason to ever go back to KFC because this is just better. Matter of fact, I was telling a story in our last stream about the house that I lived in when I was in school and how I made friends in that house. And one of the people I lived with, she and her boyfriend just had a baby, actually. He, when we were in school, worked at Popeyes. And we surprisingly didn't actually get that much Popeyes when he would come visit. Like, he wouldn't bring Popeyes around all the time, which I'm sure my arteries are very happy about, but I got angry at Chick-fil-A when I was a child because I was you're too old for the play area. I mean, that's fair, Jex. That is fair. They have Popeyes around here, but I heard it was spicy and I'm weak. I mean, hey. I call Chick-fil-A hate chicken. I mean, that is also fair. Yep. That is fair. Their ownership donates to some things that are not great and supports things that are not great. Unless their ownership has changed and I just missed that memo. But I've never had Bojangles either, because Bojangles isn't up here. Yeah, strictly a southern chicken place. I thought so. So we are just in the process of covering up this chair. For those of you who are just coming in, because I painted it a little too far away from the doorway, farther away than what I wanted. So we're going to cover it up and then bring it closer. That is the plan. But I hear that, Jex. When I was 12, they renovated the one we have 2 McDonald's in my hometown, and they renovated the one of them to have a play place. And I was right at the age cutoff. They let me in, but it was like 12 and under, right? So I got to play in there for exactly 1 year. Redry's had Bojangles before. See, if this were digital, you could just select it and haul it over. I know. Instead, we got to do things the analog way. But that's all right. But how's everybody doing? Hope you all are having a good day so far. Hope you all had fun if you're coming over from L's stream, I hope you all had fun. L is also always very entertaining. The old-fashioned way. Yep. Chair too small? Enlarge. There's a fly in here. Just flew past my face. I'll level with you all. I try really hard not to kill any bugs. Because, like, they have their purpose and all that, but, I gotta draw the line at flies, man. When flies are in here, like, no, they gotta go. They gotta go. And I'm not happy about it, but they's got to go. At least it's acrylic and not watercolor. True. It started raining outside, which almost ruined my first load of laundry in the new place. Finally got the washing machine. Oh, that's right, you did move. I forgot about that. Yeah, how is the new place? How's the new place? But their purpose is to be outside. Exactly. And when I open the window or whatever to usher them back out, just more flies come in. It's like, no. We're not doing that. Sorry. Y'all had your chance. We also opened the stream talking about the Queen's passing a little bit. And how I really enjoyed isn't the right word, but I really appreciated, again, I'll say it again, and then I probably won't bring it up again, but I really appreciated the BBC feed that I was watching. The person who was commentating made it a point that, putting her celebrity aside and how beloved she was by many, many people around the globe. And I know she wasn't beloved by everybody, but for all the people that she was beloved by, we have to remember that at the end of the day, Queen Elizabeth II, Elizabeth Mountbatten Windsor, was a person, who her family loved and is now grieving, and we need to be cognizant of that. And I feel like more deaths in the media should be covered that way. I don't know. It was just it was a nice touch. Um, New place is treating you well? Nice, nice. I do the cup capture. I do that for every other bug. Flies, I mean, it's probably just says something to my character, but I don't have the patience to try and catch flies. Thankfully, not too many of them like find their way in here, but I've been testing leaving my windows open while I'm at work so it doesn't get too musty smelling. I would love to do that here, but the mesh in the windows in our apartment is like, it's not great, and it will just let in more bugs, as well as mice, you know? And I've already had to deal with an apartment. Like, my first apartment that I got by myself had a big mouse problem. I went through a lot of live traps. I released a lot of my mice into the wild in my first apartment. That was a hassle and a half. Like, every morning before work, like, I'd have to empty that trap. I hope those mice are enjoying their lives outside in the fields. But you are a bit lonely, but at least I'm able to finally breathe. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, I saw a shit ton of jokes and memes going on about her death, and it just totally put me off. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's a time and a place, right? Like, maybe 2 seconds after it's announced that she's dead, maybe isn't the time and place, but yeah. I mean, that's the internet for you, though. Whole ass mice? That's a real bad match. Yeah. Yeah, Nat, how are you, Justin? How are you feeling about your place? You're on the 3rd floor, so hopefully no mice for me. Fair. I was saying to Chitanda, because Chitanda is moving in with a bunch of friends, like moving out for the first time with a bunch of friends. If y'all, because before I moved in with my girlfriend, like, I lived alone for a while, like a long time. Not a long time, but enough. So if y'all got any questions, or y'all like want to like discuss things or anything, if it happens to be your first time moving up by yourself, or whether you've done it before, feel free to ask stuff, because I lived alone for a while, and I feel like I picked up some tricks. Agree. Little lonely, but really free. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't just the internet. I had weird classmates going around joking about it. Nobody was taking it seriously. I actually found my internet friends were more serious about it. Fair. Well, I think part of it has to do with the fact, with just the general take that people have on the monarchy, because they don't really have any power per se anymore. They're more like figureheads, so I think that probably plays into it as well. But you know. But that's people for you. I think the internet has ruined a lot of things. Nothing can be taken seriously. Everything's a joke, which is a bit sad. Yeah, that's the thing about like jokes and comedy and things that you find funny, right? Like, there's no one thing that's like universally funny, right? Plus, you got people who like turn to jokes and make terrible jokes to cope. Like, you see a lot of nurses and doctors have like gallows humor, right? Because it helps them get through their job. Like, a lot of paramedics too, right? And they say stuff and do stuff that would just like put the rest of us off very, very much. And then I think there's just the nature of a lot of times, you want to just get a laugh, because getting a laugh feels good, and sometimes saying something shocking, is a way to get that kind of laugh, whether you're serious about it or not. It's a tightrope. You're too Irish not to laugh? Jokes are good with time, just too soon. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Don't do an imperialism and you should be good. Well, yeah. Yeah. On a positive note, well, actually, you know what? I can't even say on a positive note because I don't think I'm going to be watching much of it this year. Like the NFL season starts today, but it's like I'm probably not going to watch much of the NFL at all. Like I already pirate all the games because I'm not paying for cable. I'm not paying for that. Uh, but like I just don't really have all that much interest in watching the NFL this year. To be honest, like what with like Deshaun Watson and that one punter from the Bills. I mean, like he actually got released by the team, but that's because he's not a star quarterback, you know. And the NFL just kind of like, you know, having the opportunity to really lay the hammer down on Deshaun Watson for being a serial sexual assaulter, and then not really doing that at all. It's like, well, I don't know that I can. I don't know that I want to watch this, you know. So I'm gonna stick to my basketball and playoff baseball, and maybe I'll get into hockey this year. Punter X Punter. Nice, right? Nice. Who has money for cable when they're paying for several subscriptions? Yeah. Yeah. Fun fact, actually, I don't pay for any of my subscriptions. My sister lets me use Netflix, like her Netflix. And then my girlfriend uses my Netflix account. And then she... Oh, no, that's not true. No. She has Disney Plus, but it's through a friend of hers. A friend of hers lets her use Disney Plus, so... You legally have to like hockey, don't you? Maybe. But if that's the case, then I've broken the law many times. No, actually, I do like hockey. There was a time where I actually was really into hockey, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside, you know? I don't actively hate hockey. I like hockey. It's just not one of my favorite sports to watch. Going to a live hockey game is legit. Live hockey is amazing. But I've never really gotten much enjoyment out of watching it on TV. So I'm Mexican and I only like football. Right. When World Cup is on. I haven't been to a live hockey game in several years, or baseball. Yeah. Baseball games are lit too. I want to go to. I think I still have time to catch a Jays game before the season ends. Because while I am a Padres fan, I don't live in San Diego, so I can't go see them live. But I don't mind the Jays, so. Hey, Vanity System. Yes, we're redoing the chair. Welcome in. How are you? The best thing about hockey is when a fight breaks out and the rest of the teams go and hug each other to keep the fight from getting out of hand. True. They do that. Yeah, I think a big part of it too is you kind of get drawn to the sports that if you're into sports, you're kind of. I think a lot of people are drawn to the sports that they played when they grew up. Now, I got into baseball when the pandemic started, basically, because it was the only thing on TV. So I was kind of a late starter to baseball. But my first love is basketball because I grew up playing basketball, right? And then when I was in high school, for a short time through high school and through my first couple of years of university, football actually took over basketball as my number one. Now football's like, it's been dropping. Like it was 1A and then it was like 2, and now it's like again, like the majority of the players in the NFL are perfectly fine modeled citizens, I'm sure. But the way the NFL treated the whole Deshaun Watson thing, and it's not the first time, because, you know, I'm a Steelers fan, and we had a rapist as a quarterback for years, you know, and nothing was done with him. So, yeah, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But anyway, I digress. I never played hockey growing up. I don't really know how to skate, really. Like, I don't know how to skate backwards. I don't know how to do any fancy turns. I don't really know how to stop. I'm not a good skater, so hockey was never a big draw to me. Like my dad would like make us a hockey rink, not a hockey rink, like an ice rink in our backyard that we would skate on every winter. But I never really got big into skating, and therefore never really learned how to play hockey. So doing good, been taking it easy and having a personal celebration. Started off this morning getting approved by the court for a legal name change. Oh, well, congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad they got approved for you. Your first love was baseball. Your high school was dominated by martial arts. My high school was basketball, volleyball, and football. Dominated my high school. I used the walls to to stop to this day with ice skating. Yeah, I basically have to too. I played baseball as a kid. Can't stand watching it now. That's fair. That's fair. Like I said, like I think for a lot of people, if you play a sport, that kind of dictates what you might enjoy watching. Obviously, it's not true for everything, and for everybody. But for me personally, like usually the sports that I really enjoyed watching are the ones that I really got into, or really enjoyed playing, are the ones I really got into watching. All right, this chair is almost covered up. Still got to do a couple more passes, but we're almost there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's it takes some doing. It really comes from years and years of practicing covering up my mistakes. Or as a where is your comment, Beth? Where is it? Let me scroll up here, because I like the way you put it. Points of learning. That's what it was. I've had a lot of practice covering up my points of learning. Thank you for the glug nap. Hydration is key. Okay. So I see that we dropped some frames, but it's much better than it was, I must say. I'm just glad that I can like reliably stream art for you guys. Unlike last time. Because I enjoy hanging out with you all and just creating, you know? Good way of phrasing it. Yeah, I like that. No pixels so far since you came into stream. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so I gotta wait for that to dry a little bit, so we will move over to the other side and put in some. Oh, speaking of sports, I got invited. So I used to work at a Black History Museum in my hometown, right? And they are having a sort of like a charity softball game to commemorate the. I think it was the Chatham Colored. I think this is what happened. Like I know the team that's involved, the Chatham Colored All Stars, who won their respective championship in 1934. They were an all-black baseball team from Chatham, Ontario. It's been debated for a long time that a lot of those guys could have gotten into the major leagues if there was no color barrier in the major leagues at the time. The one that was famously reported as broken by Jackie Robinson. I think there was one guy who was in there before Jackie Robinson. I don't remember exactly. At least in professional baseball, I think there was someone before Jackie Robinson, but Jackie Robinson really broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball, and got his start in Montreal, actually, playing for the I think Double A team in Montreal. Anyway, that's beside the point. So they're having a softball game, actually a couple of softball games to sort of commemorate that. And I think what they're commemorating is the team getting inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. But don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. It might be just commemorating the team. But they've got a lot of they tried to gather a lot of descendants from people who were on that team. I don't think I'm a descendant of anyone on the team, but they're playing the game at Fergie Jenkins Field. And for those of you who don't know Fergie Jenkins was the first Canadian inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Hey, River Styx, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome in. Oh, it was the Chatham Colored All Stars. Yeah, Chatham Colored All Stars. I could just open up the email that they sent me with all the details and everything, but I'd rather paint. So anyway, for those of you who don't know, Fergie Jenkins was the first Canadian inducted to the Hall of Fame. He is also one of my maternal grandfather's cousins. And I think that's why they invited me to play. He's still alive. I think he mainly lives he's got a place in Chicago because he played for the Chicago Cubs for years. And I think he lives in Arizona mainly. But anyway, this dude, everybody in my family, in my extended family on my mom's side, has met this guy, except for me. Every single time that he comes up to Chatham, I'm here, or I'm somewhere else. You know, like I'm never in Chatham to like actually meet him in person. So my mom used to tell stories about like he would come around to visit them when she was a kid. Like he'd come back to Chatham like in the off season, and he'd give them like signed baseballs and all that kind of stuff. And because my mom and kids, it's like, oh, that's just cousin Fergie. They would just play with those balls and gloves and lose them, and stuff that would be pretty valuable now is just lost somewhere. Ah, nice to meet you too, River Styx. How are you today? I hope you're well. So anyway, I think it's because I'm related to Fergie Jenkins, distantly related, that they asked me to play. Plus, I mean, I think the people at the museum still like me. They seemed pretty fond of me. They were pretty sad to see me go when I moved up here, but I needed to make a move, But that'll be fun. It'll be really fun because I am terrible at playing any sort of baseball. I have enough hand-eye coordination to paint and to draw and to drive, and I can play a little bit of piano. I have pretty good hand-eye coordination, but for whatever reason, I was not blessed with the skill to hit a baseball. And to be honest, I didn't practice enough to actually hone that skill, right? So I got to get out to the batting cages and try to learn how to hit a baseball. Well, I guess it's a softball, so. But still, I don't really know how to do that either. I went to school with Gary Brackett from the Colts, niece and nephew. Oh, nice. Inducted in the Chatham Sports Hall of Fame in 2000 and the Baseball Ontario Hall of Fame in 2018. Ah, fair. So it might just be just commemorating the team in and of itself, for no other reason other than they deserve to be commemorated. But now you got me curious. Now I want to look up this email that I was sent. So bear with me, everybody. I just want to look this up real quick. See exactly what it is that we're celebrating. If we're celebrating anything. Email. Let's see. The Field of Honor charity baseball game not only honors and celebrates the Chatham Colored All-Stars as a baseball team, but also as a fundraising event for the Chatham Kent Black Historical Society and Black Mecca Museum. True. So it might just be a charity thing, actually. Yeah, it's just a charity thing. So, I mean, it's a worthy charity. It's a nice little museum. You instigated the thing. You did. But yeah, Gary Brackett's niece and nephew went to a school with you, Nat. Cool. It's always kind of crazy when you're in the vicinity of like something like that, right? Like, not to get all like celebrity and hero worship, you know, but it's just kind of neat, you know. I wonder if anyone will ever be like, hey, I used to go to school with TJ Brown. I know that guy. Yeah, he'd swing by and give out signed stuff or whatever, because he grew up in my hometown. Ah, fair. Fair enough. It's funny, when you get older, you kind of like reflect on some things that you remember from when you were younger. And one of the things that is formative to me is I went to high school with the brother of someone who actually made it to the CFL, the Canadian Football League. And his team had just won the Grey Cup, and we were still in high school. The Grey Cup is like the Super Bowl of the of Canadian baseball or football, right? And he came to the school because he went to my high school years before I was there, and he gave a talk to the kids. And basically the gist of what he was talking about was like, work hard because someday you might become a football player and then you can get all the chicks, right? You can get all the girls. You know, that's the coolest thing about it, right? And I remember my shop teacher at the time was really put off by that and like really very vocal about like how idiotic that talk was that he gave to the students. Like that was and he was going on and on about it. Like that was the takeaway. That was the takeaway, that you could just get like famous and like just bang a bunch of chicks. Like that's what it's supposed to be about. And being in high school, you know, like being 16 or 17 years old, you're kind of like, I mean, what are you complaining about, man? I thought it was kind of cool. It was kind of funny. And then you look back at it as a 32-year-old and you're like, no, that guy was an ass. Chair? What chair? No evidence of a second chair. That's right. Y'all didn't see nothing. That's right, Elle. This is the most important thing, don't you know? Yeah. And as like a dumb high schooler, it was like, well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. Actually, I wasn't quite like that when I was in, but I thought the teacher was making a bigger deal about it than it was really warranted. And then you get older and you're like, no, actually, I mean, that was probably not the greatest message to put out there for those kids. Well, I guess us kids, you know. Okay, so that chair is gone now. Now we got to come back over here and kind of fill this in. Okay, there we go. There we go. Cool. All right. We're just gonna shore up this corner down here, just make it a little sharper. There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna wait for that to dry a little bit. And we are going to basically paint, well, I'm gonna draw in the chair first with some charcoal, and then we'll paint after that. But first, I'm gonna take a little bathroom break. So I'm just gonna, because the beginning of this was kind of screwed up, I'm gonna have to run an ad too, and I would rather be on a break to run an ad rather than, me be in the middle of saying something, grand and ostentatious, and then you don't hear any of it because there's an ad playing, right? So I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So I'm just gonna go to the Be Right Back screen, run like a 30-second ad to make sure you don't get interrupted by an ad later, and then we'll come back. So stay tuned, everybody. All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. Okay, so, and also thank you for letting us know, Elle. Y'all should definitely go check out Elle's sketches. Elle did a charity stream not too long ago, and was taking like requests for people who donated. So I donated some money, and Elle did just an amazing. My request was I wanted a sentient pizza doing the dance that the Hello My Baby dance that Michigan J. Frog does from Looney Tunes, and Elle just knocked it out of the park. So you should go check out his sketches. Nat, thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you very much for the lurk. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And appreciate you coming in hanging with us for a bit. Okay. I was going to use charcoal, but I'm just going to use a pencil instead. I'm also going to bring y'all in a little bit closer. There we go. Now we can get up close and personal. Okay. So I just want to put up some landmarks for this chair. So we're gonna have basically one wheel here. And that'll be our basis. I don't know if y'all can see that, so I'm gonna switch to charcoal. Because that'll show up a little bit more. If I can find my charcoal. Where's my white charcoal pencil? Where the hell is it? Oh, there's one. Get some foreshortening up in here. That was all. Foreshortening was always the hardest concept for me to wrap my head around when I was in school. I don't know about you all who are fellow artists, but God, it took me forever to get that concept through my head. So we more or less got the legs down now. Nice telescoping base. This particular chair that I'm drawing here in the reference image is actually a chair that I've had since I was in university, and it's still kicking it. It's actually in the other room. This chair here is the chair that I'm sitting on right now, actually. So. Paint's not tacky, but it's definitely still wet-ish in terms of like trying to draw on it. Go. Okay. So now, because we're getting into the dark here, or into the dark, we're getting into the lightness of the wall. Now I'm gonna switch over to a charcoal pencil, or at least a pencil. But we'll try charcoal pencil first. How much room do I want here? This is nice. In the original picture, it doesn't actually do it, but this is going to go behind this wall a little bit, which I actually kind of like that. It's going to add a little something, I think. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so there we go. We got our chair all settled in, more or less. So now we can start adding some paint. So we will do so right now. A second chair, let's go. That's right, that's right. There we go. Yeah, we can use all the hype we can get. Because now comes the difficult part of this, which is actually filling it in with paint. So, we'll grab a smaller brush. Say, what do you all think about What do y'all think about Twitch getting rid of the host feature? Because they just announced that recently. Food's here, gotta go. Hey, no problem, Elle. Enjoy your food. I hope it's delicious. I hope it's hope it's really, really tasty. And thank you again for the raid, and thank you for coming in and hanging out for a bit. Really do appreciate it. I always appreciate you. So yeah, hope you have a wonderful dinner and a wonderful rest of your day. I think I'm gonna basically mock in this chair, just kind of fill it in, and then we might call it a stream there. We might put a few details on it, but hey y'all, remember, please remind me before we end the stream that I need to take chicken out of the freezer. Please and thank you. Because I need to take chicken out of the freezer. Because I'm going to barbecue tomorrow. I mean, it's not going to be a huge deal because I can always unthaw the chicken. I can always defrost it, but I'd rather just let it unthaw on its own, you know? Okay, so there we got the back of the seat. In terms of getting rid of hosting, I kind of see their rationale, I get it. Oh, that chair looks good, bigger, closer. Oh, thank you. You got a pretzel sandwich. Ooh. What constitutes a pretzel sandwich? What does your pretzel sandwich consist of? And also, thank you for the kind words there, Redria. Appreciate it. I understand Twitch's rationale behind getting rid of the hosting because, if people are just chatting on your channel and not actually, participating in the chat of another person's channel, are you really, engaging with their channel at all? So I get where they're coming from. I just hope that they put something in that kind of like, I hope they put something in to replace hosting, because I always kind of liked, the passive hosting, like the auto hosting when like I was off stream, like whoever I chose to auto host, because I've got like a bunch of them. Um, you know, if anyone tuned into my channel, they would see their stuff and hopefully like click over to their channel instead of just watching it online. But I felt like it was a good outreach thing, because you could actually see them streaming and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Like I've found a few streams that way, but hey. At the end of the day, I'm not in control of things, so who knows? This doesn't have to be perfect. I do want to at least get it filled in, though. Like where everything is. It'll be very silhouetted, but that's alright. This is all very like kind of detail oriented stuff. The most important thing you can do if you're working on more detailed stuff like this in a painting is make sure you take your time with it. Don't rush it. Because I see a lot of people. Well, I see a lot of people. I don't really see a lot of people, but I know a lot of people get frustrated because they get impatient. But also a big part of that too is you see TikTok videos and Instagram videos and YouTube shorts and everything where someone's doing like really fine detail work really quickly, right? But they don't tell you, they don't make it obvious that they're speeding it up. Like I've done time-lapse videos, right? But it's very obvious that I've sped everything up, right? It's extremely obvious. And I do that on purpose because, it's one of those things where I don't want to lie to people and say like, oh, you can do this fine work. You can do it like really quick. I'm sure there's some people out there who can do it really quick, but I'm not one of them. It takes time. It takes time. And it takes a lot of practice. So if you're finding that you're going really slow with it and you want to go faster, like try not to get discouraged. Going slow is actually better. My girlfriend and I had a chocolate chip muffin for dinner. I like chocolate chip muffins. It's my favorite type of muffin. And I'm going to type that out as such. There we go. I was talking with my girlfriend the other day about how, just fitness bloggers and fitness influencers and all that, and how they're always like pushing this one easy trick. It's like if I ever did like fitness videos, because I've got like some videos of myself like lifting and stuff on on Instagram, right? And on my Facebook, I have like a weight loss track where I like track my progress with weight loss. I haven't posted on there for a while, but one thing that I would always push is like, one, there is no fast track to it. There's no way to do it quickly. Losing weight and getting fit is going to take time. It's going to take a while. If you want to get what you feel is a beach body for like July, you got to start in like October of the previous year, right? And that's like, I mean, every body is a beach body. If you want to go to the beach, you know, but if you want to, because we all have like, hopefully a healthy view of what we want our bodies to be. Like myself, like I could stand to lose some more weight, and I'm working on that. It doesn't affect my self-worth at all. I just want to look. I just want to look a little different than I do now, right? But I'm not obviously going to look the way that I want to for this past summer, so it'll be for next summer, right? It's not even so much to feel comfortable at the beach. It's just I have a certain physique that I want to get back to that I used to be at before COVID, right? Like if I was a fitness influencer, like my thing would be pushing like, hey, this is gonna be slow and this is gonna suck. It's not gonna be easy. Okay, weight loss is easy if you have a typical body, because weight loss is calories in has to be less than calories out. If you burn more calories than you take in, you'll lose weight. It's thermodynamics for most people. Obviously, there are like medical conditions where it can like alter that a little bit, like hyperthyroidism and stuff like that. But generally, if you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose weight. It's a very simple concept, but it's not easy, right? Because you have to tackle the mental part of it, right? Like a big thing for me was like I was overeating. Like my portion sizes were way too big, and I had to train my brain to be like, hey, you don't actually need all that food. It's okay to feel a little bit hungry, you know? Because you're eating past the point of fullness. You're eating just because you think someone's gonna take it away from you or something, right? So it's about changing mindset, and that part of weight loss is what takes the longest, you know? Like the physical part is gonna take long enough. Like I started trying to lose weight when I was like 23, 24. That's when I really got serious about it, right? So we're almost a decade in, and I'm still not quite where I want to be, but I'm much better than where I was, right? But my whole thing would be like, hey, if you are on a weight loss journey, prepare for it to take a while. Prepare to go slow with it. It's not healthy to want to try to lose 40 pounds in 2 months. Like that's if you lose 40 pounds in 2 months, like you got like a parasite or something, or there's something else physically wrong with you, you know? Or if there is nothing physically wrong with you and you're just putting it like, that's dangerous, right? Like there's a healthy way to do things. It's just going to take longer, but you know, doing it the healthy way will be worth it. But I wouldn't make any money that way because no one's going to click on videos that are like, hey, this is going to take a long time. There's no quick fix. This is going to take a long time. Ooh, cranberry orange. Interesting. And Reezy likes the pumpkin spice muffin, but currently out of stock. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. 'Tis the season. Actually, I do have one simple trick when it comes to weight loss. I have one simple trick when it comes to painting or drawing. One simple trick that will help you become better at painting or better at losing weight. And that one trick is to start. Just start. That's the only simple trick I got for you. Is whatever it is that you're shooting for, just start just jump in and start doing it. Like do some research if you want to, but like the easiest way to start to get to where you want to go is to actually start, right? Understandably, a lot of people get hung up on that, right? Because again, it's very simple. It's a simple concept, but it's not easy to start something. But that would be my advice: is just start. Whatever it is that you want to do. Y'all got me hungry for muffins now. And we don't have any, other than like bread, we don't have any baked goods in the house. Which is a crying shame. I should make some cookies soon, actually. My mom had all these recipes for cookies, and I've got her chocolate chip cookie recipe. But I need to bug my sister to find her oatmeal raisin recipe and her peanut butter cookie recipe. Because I really want to make my mom's peanut butter cookies. Those things were delicious. Oh, actually, that's okay. That works out. That was almost a mistake, but then it wasn't. Almost a mistake. But it worked out. That's dry. I've said before how this music makes me nostalgic for like my time at Sport Check, which again is funny because I don't think most of these songs had been written yet when I was working at Sport Check. But man, I wish they would have played this kind of stuff on the Muzak at work when I was working there. Actually, they did play. There were a couple of songs that I liked that they played. Like one that I absolutely love now is the band Men I Trust, their song Lauren. I love that song. And they would play that was part of the playlist at work at Sport Check. That's a great song. And I guess that kind of has this kind of vibe. Not this direct kind of vibe, but it is kind of like low-key, lo-fi-ish, but not quite lo-fi. But it's got certain elements to it that could fall into that category. Any of the new people that have come in, you'll also notice that I tend to make funny faces when I paint or when I'm drawing. Funny faces that are completely unconscious because I didn't even realize I was doing it until I started watching back some of my streams, some of the VODs. I was like, oh man, what is that face that I'm making? But it's just part of the creative process, I guess. We're in the final stretches of this chair. We're in the final little bit. Like I said, this is going to be really silhouetted for now, and then we'll come back and add highlights and everything. But I wanted to fill in the basic shape of the chair, first and foremost. Which I think we've successfully done. Well, I mean, we're not done quite yet, but we will get there. Still a little bit tacky to the touch. My girlfriend's home from practice. Okay. There we go. All right, we have a chair. All right, so let me bring the camera in here just a little bit closer so y'all can see that. So we have a nice outline of chair balanced against that one, you know. So yeah, looking pretty good. Never mind the glare that's on the paint there. So yeah, it's a pretty good start. And then I'll probably like bring this down a little lower actually, the back of this chair. But we will put in all the highlights and stuff next time because unfortunately, it's about that time, y'all, that we got to get going. So let me move this back out. All right. So thank you all for coming out. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. We were off to a little bit of a rocky start where I had to start the stream and then stop it and then start it again because my plugins got messed up with an update. But I hope you all enjoyed. We got some good progress today because we covered up where this chair used to be, up in this corner, and now it's down here, closer to us where I wanted it. So, you know. And then we're gonna put in some shadows and everything so it doesn't look like it's just like floating in space. Same with this one. Some reflections, some shadows. So, yeah, it should be a good time. It should be exciting. The next time we're gonna work on this actually is gonna be this Sunday, probably 10 a.m. But I'll post it on Twitter what time we actually start. But in the meantime, again, thank you all for coming in. Thank you to Elle for the raid. Thank you, Nat, for the glug glug. Thank you, River Sticks, for the follow. I really do appreciate all y'all. I appreciate all y'all who were watching, whether you were lurking, whether you were chatting, whether you I've said it before, I tuned in for 5 minutes and was like, this guy's not for me. I appreciate you checking this out, you know, and seeing what we do here. So, with all that, let's go find somebody to raid, shall we? Let's see, who are we gonna bug today? Let me open up Twitch and see who's on. So I don't really have any art friends doing anything, but I am going to. We're gonna raid an art friend who actually does a lot of art and is quite I think quite good at it myself. She's playing a video game right now. I think she's playing a mobile game actually, but. If you get the chance to ever go back and watch some of her art streams, she does fantastic work, fantastic artwork. But she's playing Jurassic World Alive right now. But we're gonna go say hello to Andromeda Vault. Also, I haven't raided Andromeda in a while, so we're gonna raid we are going to raid them. So, Andromeda Vault. There we go. Again, not doing a... Oh, hello. Hello, Mary. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we're going to be back working on this painting on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. But I will show you what we did today. Oh yeah, I'll give you a look. So we took the chair out of this back corner, like, because it was further back in the room, and now we've moved it up toward the front of the room, a little bit shielded behind this wall, which I like. That was an accident, but it turned out really well. And then Mary, thank you for the sub. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the Lionel Richie emotes. But thank you very much. You didn't have to do that. But yeah, so now we've got two chairs exactly where I want them. I did. It's September. It is September, I guess. But well, it's very much appreciated. I hope you enjoy. I hope you get your money's worth. But yeah, we moved this chair out of this corner, moved it up here. Next time we're going to put some highlights on this chair. I'm going to fix up some of the shading on these walls to make sure that they look exactly the way they did before. And then we're going to maybe put something here on the floor, or maybe on the wall, I don't know. And then we're going to start abstracting it a little bit. But that's the plan. Yeah. So yeah, that is the plan. No worries. I see that the chair is totally moved over. Very nice. Well, thank you. Yeah, no worries, Mary. Always. If anybody ever comes into the stream late, I always try to at least show what we were doing. So they can see what was up. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Andromeda Vault, who again usually does art, does a lot of cool stuff with like painting on like stones and like materials that you wouldn't particularly think about, being a subject for the basis of a painting. But today she's playing Jurassic World Live. But I figured we'd go say hi, and then maybe y'all could check out some of her previous streams where she does some art. She's a really, really fantastic artist. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. So, where were we? Thank you, Mary. You take it easy as well, and thanks for dropping in. And thank you again for the sub. Really do appreciate it. All right, we're going to go say hi to Andromeda Vault. So, with that, I hope y'all have a fantastic day. We're going to be back here on Saturday, 10 a.m. We're finally going to do the Trials of the Sword side quest in Breath of the Wild. So, if you want to see me just absolutely go through agony, because as much as I love the Trials of the Sword, I'm not good at it. So we're going to be at it for a while, right? We may not even beat it on Saturday, but we're going to try. So that'll be 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll be back painting this bad boy, and that'll be 10 a.m. also. So I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and it's been a treat hanging out with all y'all. Thank you for coming in, and yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Andromeda. All right, take it easy, everybody. That's the wrong scene. That is the wrong scene. That was the Be Right Back scene. I want the bye one. There we go. Bye, everybody.